Good morning, Gators. Today's another relatively light day in terms of news. Probably the most concerning issue right now is getting access to teachers' Google Classrooms and the lessons posted there. There are quite a few students who do not have access to the internet right now or don't have a device for doing so, and in some cases, both these circumstances are true. Both the school district and the city of Henderson are working on solutions for this right now. Our counselors compiled a list yesterday of students having these types of issues. So if you haven't connected with your counselor yet about this issue, please call them, email them, reach out to them however you can so that we can get our count as accurate as possible. By the way, if some of these announcements sound more like they should be in an email, that's because the text of this message is also being sent out daily to parents so that hopefully everyone stays in the loop with information. If you're a parent and find yourself in a conversation with another parent who obviously isn't getting these messages, please tell them to check their spam folder or see if their information is updated and correct in Infinite Campus, as these are delivered via parent link, and that system depends on correct information being in Infinite Campus. They can also check our website. We are updating the FAQ list pretty regularly, not necessarily daily. We try to wait till we get a few of them in and then update it, but please tell them to check that as well. The other issue that has been popping up around access is that some students can't get access to Google Classroom and other online resources because the box that parents have to check that signifies their agreement with the district's acceptable use permission policy hasn't been checked. If you haven't done that as a parent, please go into your parent portal to do that. Yesterday, I called the district's technology department to request that any account for which this hasn't been done be automatically granted access. However, please be aware that it can take up to 48 hours for this change to take effect. If you go in and do it manually, that may speed things up a bit. For those students who are taking dual enrollment courses, please be aware that the district is working with our partner institutions to develop a way forward on continuing to offer you remote learning opportunities. I just received an update on this issue last night from our region, and I will be passing that information along to teachers today. In turn, any teachers of a dual credit course should be reaching out to you soon regarding the mechanism for continuing your learning. I have had a couple of questions from parents about how cap and gown distribution will be handled if we're still under quarantine in the near future, but graduation is still scheduled to occur as normal. So our vendor, Jostens, has reached out to us about possibly setting up a drive-through distribution point at the school. And we'll be in discussions very soon with them about the when, the where, the how of this particular event, and we'll share that information as soon as we get it. As far as trip refunds go, the saga continues. Unfortunately, the district business and finance department is currently working on a process memo to share with us and some communication language to send to vendors who are indicating that no refunds will be made. I know that many of you, both students and parents, are frustrated by the lack of progress with respect to the refund issue. I understand that completely, and I empathize as well. Just know that we are trying. No one at GVHS wants you to have your money back more than I do. The problem is that we are dealing with multiple corporate entities here that all have different policies and, let's be frank, different prospects for their own financial survival. I promise you that we are working towards resolution of this issue, and we will get this done as soon as humanly possible. As for today's message, well, here we are on day 9 of our new normal. Let's face it, this is probably going to be our normal for a bit. I can't say how long. Obviously, we're all hoping for April 14th, but we also have to be realistic and understand that it's possible that our return date is later than that or not at all. So just for a minute, let's take the worst case scenario perspective for just a second. We're in the second week of formulating our new habits. The new is kind of worn off. We're adapting to life such as it is, and our minds are adjusting to, or your minds are adjusting to learning via remote conference or via Khan Academy or whatever the chosen vehicle for content delivery is that your teacher has chosen. Now you're beginning the grind phase of this new routine, the part where you have to dig in and just embrace that it's going to be hard work. because you're not only learning new content, you're learning a new delivery method for it. It's not that dissimilar from what our second language learner students do every day. And if you think this new normal stinks, imagine their challenge. They're trying to learn new content via a new delivery system and learn a new language on top of it. Their plight reminds me of that old saying, I cried because I had no shoes until I met a man that had no feet. The reality is that there's much about this situation that's unpleasant for all of us. We've all lost some things, and the possibility is that we could lose some more in the days and weeks ahead. That's the one thing that all of us have in common right now, and it's what binds us together. But I would encourage you in this toughest of moments to focus on the things that you're going to gain. A deeper appreciation for the bonds of family or friends or both. A newfound piece of knowledge or a new skill set. Or just a deeper sense of gratitude for what you do have, and a fading sense of disappointment about the things that you don't have, that you really don't need anyway. Personally, I really hope that the one thing this crisis teaches all of us is to focus less on things and more on the people in our lives that make life worth living. The reality is that this set of circumstances will pass at some point, and one of the most important things we'll take away from it is the memories that are being created. And take it from me, that's just what's going to bring you the most joy years down the road. So for now, just embrace your new normal, make the best of it, learn from it, grow from it, and cherish the nice little surprises that it throws at you along the way. After all, we can't change the things that happen to us, but we can decide how we're going to react to them. And remember, we got this. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.